Port Harcourt asking for a deadline to submit their annual report. Some owners of registered businesses, particularly SMEs, say they are not aware of the notice issued by the Corporate Affairs Commission to delist approximately 90,000 businesses from their list for failing to submit their annual report. A correspondent who visited the Port Harcourt office of the CAC reports the respondents requested for an extension of the deadline. Oh my. Okay. Due to the current economic challenge their businesses are facing. So they're telling the CAC, this your deadline might not work. Right? If you can give us a little extra time, maybe just maybe, we'll be able to meet this new deadline.
It's my first time of hearing it. I've been doing business. I don't think a lot of people are aware. Not just only that they should increase the time, also they should create more awareness so that we that are own business be able to the time or do what they ask us.
This number of days is not enough for me for people to be able to know. And we are talking about delisting somebody's business name. How far have they gone to let people know? Because there may be people that their businesses are so small, and most of the time the businesses they do does not have to do with LPO, local protest organization. They come. So how do they reconcile?
My business, na small business, I registered since 2007. No nothing the annual report. I just registered now for take it for bank. I don't even get why they take do all those things. I take God that I don't remove my business name.
Now, speaking on this, business analyst Dr. Mercy Bello Abu wants the CAC to carry out more sensitization before resorting to more stringent measures.
There's no ignorance in law. So there are not people aware that you need to file. So you need to know that registering your company is not enough. You need to follow up. So check your status now. So when you do your company, there's a registration and your portal, and you see that your name is not there. You check what you need to do. Fantastic 3 months is okay to create that awareness. Don't just say from the pages of newspaper thinking that the people are aware. They need to do their due diligence. They need to earn more on information, keep talking about it. Definitely they are going to extend it.
As you may know, the Corporate Affairs Commission issued a 90-day deadline for business owners to comply or face a fresh registration process. The 90-day ultimatum commenced on the 31st of July. So naturally, there are lots of questions, both for business people and for the CAC. Do you know they give a Corporate Affairs Commission? And hopefully he'll be answering many of our questions. But my question for you as a business person who lives and works in River State or in the city, Port Harcourt, is your business registered, and have you submitted your annual report? So Robinson Ehie is the agent from the CAC. Good morning, Mr. Ehie.
Good morning.
Thank you very much for joining us. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
All right. So, before we talk about what an annual report is, why businesses need to submit it, what are the implications of getting delisted by the CAC? Let's say a business fails to submit its report on time and the CAC delists or deregisters you. What's the implication of that to your business?
Firstly, there is what's trendy right now, and it's going to be the delisting. First of all, they have to delist your company, and then the impact of it is you will have to face issues with your bank.
Okay.
You will not be able to access your bank account for, say, a period of time until you write officially, and then you still need to pay for the annual returns.
Okay, so the account connected to the business.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So your account shuts down, they shut down your operations with your account. You're unable to access, your funds with your account.
Wow.
And when they do that, it's actually an issue because, of course, let's say you have transactions going on that particular account, and then you are supposed to move funds and then pay workers or something.
Yeah, naturally. It affects everything about your business.
Oh, you get my point, right?
That's the life of the business.
Exactly. So, once your account is shut down, it obviously means that you can't do any other thing.
Wow. And is there a period for which the account is shut down, or it is shut down as long as it is delisted? Is it shut down for 6 months, shut down for 3 months, or just shut down?
Firstly, there's a window period
when
you get delisted, and that window period is actually 90 days. they give you 90 days to come and then officially write, and then you pay your annual returns.
Okay.
And then anything that happens between that window period of 90 days, once you're not able to meet up, you get delisted completely. So there's a window period for everybody right now. It's a window period.
It started on July 31st, as you know, the report I just read states. A lot of people did not hear about it.
Obviously.
Okay, I'm glad that's your position. So there is a portion of blame that goes to the CAC for not making the information as available as it should have.
I agree with you, and to a certain percentage, and then I disagree with you.
Okay.
The truth is, it's just like a lawyer. You go to school, and then you read your call to bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't pay your licensing fee, do you understand me? If you don't pay your licensing fee, do you have any business in the courtroom defending a case?
So while I understand where you're coming from, when we're dealing with deadlines, right?
Exactly.
Let's say I occupy an illegal structure.
Okay.
Or maybe not illegal. Maybe where my building is, government has decided they want to build road there.
Exactly.
So they say, oh, you have 90 days to evacuate because there will be some demolition done. Because it is time bound, it is important that that information is mainstream. So newspapers, radio, television, I shouldn't be able to say I did not hear.
Exactly.
Because it's time bound.
Exactly.
Because in so and so number of days, ready or not, the demolition will happen.
Just like I said, there's a window period of 90 days. Delisting these companies does not mean that they can't still access their funds right now.
Okay.
Obviously, they can. But after 90 days, once the window period elapses, it becomes a problem, accessing your funds. That's where the challenge comes.
In other words, you don't have a business again.
Obviously.
Yeah, because it's the business still operates and functions, but your fund, you don't have access to your money.
And then secondly, there's on the CSE portal, there's something called, once you search, when you do a public search, after the public search, you put in the name of your business name, the name of your your business name, your company. And then there's a spot that shows if your company is active or inactive.
Yeah.
So if you are not consistent with your annual returns, I'll still come to, because a lot of people don't even know what annual returns is. So I'll come to that definition. But then once you check online, you are able to see if a company is active or inactive.
Okay.
Now, most of the companies you see on the portal inactive is as a result of people who have not paid their annual return for a while. And now, this is something that they won't say they're not aware. Now, at the point where your company is registered, let's say an accredited agent registers your company for you, and then it becomes registered. Now, you are supposed to, you are supposed to pay for your annual returns. You are being told.
I'm glad you're an agent. So the first question will be whether you inform people. But I will get back to the point you're making. I'd like to play once again, right?
Yeah.
The position of SMEs who are already asking for an extension.
Okay.
And some already saying they don't know what the annual report is. So let's hear them, and I will get back to you and see if you still hold that position.
It's my first time of hearing it. I've been doing business. I don't think a lot of people are aware. Not just only that they should increase the time, also they should create more awareness so that people that own business be able to understand or do what they ask us.
This number of days is not enough to me for people to be able to know. And we are talking about delisting somebody's business name. How far have they gone to let people know? Because there may be people that their businesses are so small, and most of the time the businesses they do does not have to do with LPO, local protest organization from the country. So how do they reconcile?
My business na small business I registered since 2007. No noting the annual report. I just registered now for taking for bank. I don't even get why they take do all those things. I take God beg now. I don't remove my business name.
Okay, so the lady whose voice you just heard, she clearly said she registered her business name a while back, and she has no idea what an annual report is. And I'm sure there are lots of people like her, because a lot of people who responded belong in the SME space, the small and medium. So when a business person says, I have no idea what this annual report or return, because we'll get to report/return is, how do you respond to such a person? Well, you have just a little over 30 seconds to answer that, and we'll take this break. How do you respond to such a person?
Firstly, just like I said, delisting your business right now does not mean that you don't have access.
Okay.
Now, but the most important thing is now you are aware. But then this delisting is as a result of companies that have not been registered, that have not been paying annual return for about 10 years now.
10 years?
Yes. Precisely.
Oh.
And we have a lot of them. Actually, it was, while I was, a while back, some persons felt it was 10,000 names that were actually delisted. It was 100,000.
100,000, yeah.
100,000.
All right, hold our thoughts. We have the break. We'll be back. Stay with us. Is Hello Port Harcourt 92.3 Nigeria Info. I'm Sam Oracle Chinedu, and my guest is still right here with me, Robinson Ehie. Robinson is an accredited agent with the Corporate Affairs Commission. You're welcome once again.
Thank you.
So before the break, we were talking about people who claim not to be aware of the annual report/returns. Now you say returns, and when I hear return, I imagine a payment. Report, which is in the report, I imagine a statement. So what exactly is the annual return? Is it a statement or a payment?
It's actually a statement.
Okay.
It's a statement. So sometimes a lot of people mistake these things. Anybody who says report, it's more like a layman's understanding.
Okay.
So, but the ideal thing is annual returns. So it's more like a statement. You are supposed to come together if it's a one-man business, and then you are to submit your statement and then pay your yearly annual returns to CAC.
Okay.
And then if it's a company, limited liability, you are supposed to meet with your board and then discuss with the head of the board, and then after 14 days you are supposed to pay for your annual returns.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, and by the tag annual, it's obviously once a year.
Yeah.
Every year.
That's it.
As long as your business is in operation.
Very correct.
Now, you and I know. Okay, I'm going to hold that question. I'd like to speak to the listener. 0817-923-0002. That is the number with which you can connect to the studio. Now, the CAC says that there will be a delisting of close to 100,000 businesses. The 90-day space, which is the window period, is currently running. It's on July 31st, and if in 90 days you have not submitted, then you might get delisted. My questions are: is your business registered with the CAC, and do you annual report annually? Please turn off your radio as you call. Very quickly, before we take the first call, Robinson, is my based on what's in my statement, or is there a fixed figure that I have to pay every year?
There's a statutory amount for limited, and I said the point where
Good morning. It's about if you say 12 9 and do you know your annual report? Robinson claims it's 3,000. I use the word claim because I want to hear business people tell me whether or not that's the amount they pay. Michael from Borokiri. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning once again, sir.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm fine, sir. And also good morning to your guest.
Thank you.
My kind of thing I do business, I don't think I'm fit for CACO.
What is the business?
I don't know electronics, the computer.
Oh, yeah.
I gathered them, we make use of them at Riverside. We used to do petrol gum.
Oh.
So I don't know where I fall under Corporate Affairs Commission.
But are you making money from it?
I make money.
My brother is a business. You are eating our. It is a business, my brother.
Okay, I agree with you. It's a business, fine. Because I'm providing service.
Yeah.
To people, good. Although I'm a cab driver.
Okay.
Yesterday, somebody boarded my cab. And a man didn't know where is a CAC office. And this man thought it was still at that guys where you have the. I don't know if it was off the road. It was in the way to do this thing that this man is talking about.
Yeah.
So I have to show him to an agent who does agent stuff.
Okay.
Just attend the business. So I want to plead with the commission via the agent there. They should extend this thing and also enlighten the people. So people don't know the address, just like that man.
Okay.
Many people don't know, especially for this our Itatu place. They don't know. So I will see how I can also put in my own business.
Thank you very much, Michael. Thank you very much. Gospel calls from Omagwa. Good morning, Gospel. All right, call back if you can. I have a few messages on WhatsApp. So the informal of the informal, the person who says he's a scavenger, normally he may not see the need to go and register. You know, it's the very smallest of scales. So where does this man fall, and how do you convince a man to go and register annually?
You know, we've seen a couple of these people tell they're not interested in registering their business. But fact, he go hook you somewhere.
No, wait, Robinson. Wait. Let's come out of the office and enter the street.
Okay.
If I'm a scavenger, that's how I eat. I go out, pick, go home, refine it, do something from it, and make money. And nobody is disturbing me. For you to not tell me to register that business, I'm not saying, of course, I'm speaking, we are both speaking from a position of knowledge, but to the man on the street, he will not see the need to go somewhere and register when he will be paying annually, when he is doing something very basic to survive. So where will you hook that man?
Good. Now, what if the man goes to pick something and then he's arrested? What if he goes in search of his metals and then he's scrap and then he gets arrested?
For?
Yes, for what are you doing here?
And they pick does be my brother.
You do it in the environment of other people. I'm trying to say that you can be doing it in a place. Yeah, of course that's trespassing. And then my point obviously is, you don't even know if that's wrong. And then secondly, who backs you up? The law of the land has nothing. The court of law has nothing. Because you don't have a registered business.
So let's imagine his business is registered. How does the CAC define?
Very simple. Because for instance, let's say you get arrested and then they take you to a police station. This is my job. This is what I do. This is proof. I have a proof to show. And then all they do is to go to confirm from the CAC to know if this business is truly registered. And then to find out what was the nature of the business at the point where when this business was registered. So for me, I'll tell you, small or big, I always advise people to get your business registered.
If you see a girl hawking granite, come. Okay, you get an egg ad. Will you tell that hawker
business name? Now the reason is this: tomorrow you want to seek for loan, you want to seek for assistance, and you obviously don't even have a business name. You don't have a company. You don't have a business account.
So are you telling me that every kind of business, some businesses operate at the lowest level?
Obviously, I agree. But we're talking about those who are already registered.
Okay,
you get my point. The people who are registered. Now I think that's the focus for now.
Okay.
But for other people, I'm saying that as you're coming up for the SMEs, the young SMEs, we're advising them to get their business registered. Now, secondly, I want to say something. Now, CAC is not supposed to handle registration.
So
that's why we have accredited agents.
That's where you come in.
That's it.
So you're trying to tell us that you are important.
No, this is what I'm saying.
Okay.
This is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm saying that when you go to these offices, their job is just to proffer solutions for you. You ask questions and then they give answers to your questions.
Okay.
So you get my point?
Yeah.
Now I'm saying that when you meet an accredited agent, let's say you are supposed to pay as a business name, you have a business name and you're supposed to pay for annual returns 3,000 yearly, and then let's say you defaulted, you have to pay 8,000 naira. The 8,000 naira does not include the set of the accredited agent.
Okay. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to take the Yes, please, by all means.
For instance, if somebody, a business name was registered with CAC, and the person have not been able to use it to carry out any transaction for oil and gas services, was the person supposed to file the annual return?
Okay. Thank you very much, Azunda. That's a very good question.
Can I answer that?
Yes, by all means. It's for you, actually.
Thank you. Now, if you are, I know I said this before, but I don't think some people listened. I said this. If you are a lawyer, and nobody has given you a case, does that mean that you should not actually pay for your yearly, your yearly fee? I'm saying, because you don't necessarily need to wait until you have. That's what we're saying. But you registered this business. You paid some money to get the business registered.
But the money you are paying comes from the proceeds of the business.
Don't. That's. Now I'm saying officially, if your business is not running, now how many of them have written officially to say my business is not running?
Okay.
And then at the point where my business starts, I would write officially to say, okay, we have started. Now, many people take these things for granted. That's what I'm saying. We live in a digital age where you're exposed to, of course, you have your internet, you have your phones with you. How many people go online to get the informations to read? People don't. I'm saying that's why we're here. Ask for accredited agents and then we'll give you all the information you need.
Okay. So if your business is not running, you write to the CAC.
I'm saying
that's what you're saying.
Ideally, that's what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
Your business is not running. You don't have money. Let's say you've not had any business, you've not had funds from clients, whatever. You write officially, and at a point where you get the point. At the point where you have jobs, officially you write that you have resumed.
Okay.
I don't know.
Now, what is the process of writing to the CAC? Who do you address it to? How do you forward it to them? Explain that process.
It's an institution, obviously. So, I mean, if you're supposed to write a letter, you address the letter to the MD. You get my point? Yes. So, obviously, like I said, you either do this. Prior to now, you could do this online.
Okay.
But the process is now difficult. The CAC has 2 websites right now, and then 2 websites.
That's the source of confusion.
No. There is you get to do your annual returns and other applications. At that point, however, you are supposed to contact an accredited agent to help you handle this process, because you cannot log in or register an account and do this on your own.
Hold on. While I understand the need for you to repeatedly tell me about the importance of an accredited agent, which I'm not taking away. If something is online, the idea behind it being online is for people to be able to do it themselves.
Exactly.
Right? If I should not have that access, then I shouldn't be able to access that portal online.
The only thing you do accessing the portal is to check, for instance, let's say you pay an accredited agent to register a company.
Okay.
And then you want to confirm if this person actually did this. You go down to find out if this business has been registered, and then you see it on the portal. But having to do registrations yourself, I mean, you obviously can't do that. It's the job of an accredited agent.
Okay. So Dagogo calls from Abuloma Road. Good morning, Dagogo.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Please go ahead.
I want to ask.
Go ahead.
All these monies they are collecting, register, and all of that, pay. What are they using it to do? A poor man will go on the street, find something to do to survive, and you are asking him to pay when he does not have water, he does not have light, he cannot even go for medicals and get medical, no social security, no nothing. All these payments, what are they using this money to do? Why can't they let people breathe?
Okay.
That is my question for these people. That is our government.
Dagogo,
You go to the hospital, you can't access this thing.
Yeah.
So what are they doing with the money?
All right. Before I let him answer the question, I want to ask you: do you have a business that you run?
I'm not hearing it clearly.
Do you have a business you run? Do you have a business?
I won't say if I have a business, so
Okay.
they won't come and tax me.
Okay. Meaning, is your business registered?
It's registered.
Okay. Do you pay your annual dues? Let's start from there before we talk about what they do with it.
I pay.
Okay. That doesn't sound convincing.
So what brought up my question is that you ask him a question, somebody who picks something,
Yeah.
and then make a living out of it. You are still asking him to go and pay for what?
Okay.
You know?
Well, thank you, Dagogo. So, yeah, his sentiments are similar to mine, even though expressed in a different way. What is the money for? And don't you think there are people who should not pay? I believe that's his position. How do you respond?
You already said something before now. You said there are people who do very small businesses.
Very small.
Very, very infinitesimal.
At the lowest level.
Exactly. So, I'll say this. If your business is that small, don't just remain at that level. If you want to remain there, no problems. But if you need to grow, if you want to grow, if you have a dream for your business, you should get your business registered. What are we talking about? And then for the man who is saying this, let's be realistic. You are asking what the monies are being used for. This is an institution. In your bank, you get debit alerts every month. How do they pay these bankers in the bank? How do they get to pay the staff of CAC? How do they get to raise funds? How do they get to manage the data page that you go and then you do these annual returns and every other thing? The truth is, people don't see reasons why. People don't even want Nigeria to even grow. That's my point. I'm saying that if you have a business, why shouldn't you pay dues? I mean, these dues we're talking about is, really infinitesimal, because a lot of people do jobs, and if you are opportune to see records of people who pay some of the annual returns, you know that people don't really care about the growth of Nigeria. And then it has to start with you and I, owners of business. We need to be committed to what we are doing. You make money from that business, using that business name, using that business account to collect funds from your clients, and then you do not want to pay something continually to gain access to these clients.
Okay, I'm very concerned about the figure that Robinson has stated right here in the studio. If you are a business person and you pay your annual returns, you file your reports, do you actually pay for a one-man business 3,000 naira and for limited liability?
Yeah, 3,000 naira is for business name.
Yeah, okay, for business name.
For business name. For a limited liability is 5,000.
5,000.
And then for defaulters, for business name, let's say the fine is 5,000 naira. Okay. So you pay 8,000.
Okay.
Now for limited liability, you pay extra 5,000. So that's 10,000.
All right. So if you have paid any of these dues, I need to know if that is the figure that you paid. We have comments on WhatsApp. My question is CSC, have they delisted the business names already, or will it be delisted after 90-day deadline? That's from Sandy. It's actually after the 90 days, and it has started counting from July 31st. Good morning. With detailed explanation, Mr. Robinson has been giving us. I suspect all of us saying, I didn't know, or this is my first time of hearing this, did not read the paper before we signed a dotted line that indicates I agree. How can a business owner who knows about necessity of registering his or her business not know about tax return? It's just that we have a culture of not paying tax, not due to ignorance, but because we feel government doesn't make use of what we pay to our betterment. But to say I didn't know at all, some opportunity do na lie. Michael, okay, thank you. Good morning, Sam. How about pre-order online business? Do I need to register?
Pre-online business.
Pre-order online business. I don't.
Obviously, I think what he's talking about is he has registered before and then it has not been approved.
Pre-order online business. Do I need to register? I think maybe that's the kind of business. I'm sorry, I don't understand what this business is. Maybe I just don't get it. If you can send another message with a better explanation. Good morning, Sam. How much is this annual return? You sent this earlier, so we have talked about it. Secondly, if someone made supply to a company and VAT is subtracted and paid to CSC, is the person still owing annual return? John from Port Harcourt. How do I know my business is active? Okay, somebody has helped me. Drop shipping, yes. Pre-order online business. Okay, I get that. So they do a drop shipping business. He's asking, do they need to register?
Obviously, you do.
Good morning, my name is Bobby. Can one pay the annual return online? That's an important question. Must you go to the office, or can you pay online?
Now, I said this before. If you go to the office, you'll be guided to meet an accredited agent to help you do this registration or handle your annual returns. You can't do it on your own. An accredited agent is ideally supposed to handle this for you.
Okay.
And then you don't even have access to the portal if you are not accredited.
Okay. We're down to our very final minutes, and I will very soon allow Robinson to go. What is the process of reactivating my dead father's business name? Wilson is asking. And finally, I have a small business in River State, but what will be at what does with taxation? I'm scared to register to avoid more tax. That's a valid concern. So in about a minute, because that's what you have, someone's trying to register business name, and thanks to high taxation, another person doesn't want to register. Let's take the first one.
Okay, how to register is this. Firstly, just like I said, you don't have access to the to the portal, you need an accredited agent. So I would say that you contact an accredited agent to help you. They are online.
Are they easy to find?
They are online. But if with your permission, I can go ahead to give them my phone number.
No, we don't give numbers out.
Oh, that's fine.
What I can manage and do is, if you have one social media that you are managing to be active, maybe we can give that social media.
My name on social media is Ehie Robinson. You can on Facebook, you can send me a message, Ehie Robinson.
Okay.
Now the thing is, like I said, get an accredited agent to help you do the registration online, and then they're online. You can search on Google or something, you find them to help you handle it.
If
and
I
then,
go to CSE office and ask for accredited agents, will they?
Obviously they will.
Okay.
I'm only saying that the CSE is not authorized to handle registrations. It's not within.
I was going to check the website to clear that, because I know it will say something. Well, Robinson, that's as far as we can go. Thank you very much for making the time.
I really appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
A wonderful day.
Thank you.
We'll take a break. I'll return. Stay with us.
It's travel time!